Today we have a lot of news about Jimin, his new music video that has come out, people saying that a diary has come out, and then of course we even have a letter that has been seen in his new music video teaser, and a lot of people are talking about this. So hey Dumplings, it's Dave. Decide hater or not, make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on. Make sure you join us fangirling on Patreon with some free content on Saturdays now, and let's go. If you haven't seen the music video teaser, there's actually a lot to talk about there. Now, first off, if you don't know what's going on, Jimin will release a music video very soon, and I think a couple of days, and it is titled Muse. The video seemingly takes place in a locker room that has nothing but lockers and not even really a chair, so it seems like it was built and it wasn't a real locker room. And the lockers themselves were purple, and then it had this door that was there. Now, it's interesting because Jimin does not enter through that door. He enters to what seems to be off camera, or maybe even off stage, if you would see this more as like a stage. And then the door just has that light source. And then he opens the locker and he brings out a piece of paper. It looks like a music sheet, and on top it says something that's either French or Spanish. Now, if you spell out the word L-E-T-R-A, this is what letter spells in Spanish. And then if you spell it L-E-T-T-R-E, that is letter in French. However, what we see is L-E-T-T-R-A, which I'm not sure is entirely what language that is. And quite frankly, I don't know if it even spells out letter. However, it's interesting because we see the music sheet, and then we also see on Jimin's thumb and his thumbnail, we see a moon or a crescent. And we know that Jimin has a moon tattoo on his back. What that tattoo usually means is phases and growth. So perhaps the song or this video is going to be more about his growth, which the members have done a lot. And I'm sure the members have gone through extensive growth even before all of this was released. There's a lot of theories about what this could be about. Is the muse that he is talking about, is that just the title of the song is supposed to be about his life and him looking at himself? It's about another significant other, or is it about just having a life as a muse? There are so many theories, and people are very excited to hear when the song will come out. I'm so surprised at how much stuff they were able to put out while they were working on other stuff. But I suppose it's not that surprising because, let's say, while JK was putting out his music, other members could have been working on stuff. Meanwhile, for us, we're like inundated with so much content, and we're like, oh my god, when are they taking a break? And this seems very classic K-pop, and it seems like it will be very good. I'm very excited to see what it will be, and I'm very excited to see how Jimin will promote this while he's in the military, because there's always some sort of promotion. So even him releasing a teaser is promoting the music, so he'll have a lot of pre-recorded content that can get posted now that his song has come out. And since it's a music video and it's all this stuff, it seems like it was made for the intention of being promoted. And I say intention because JK just had a song, Never Let Go, and there was really no promotion for it, right? There was no music video for it, there was nothing. It was just the audio, and that's it. Whereas this time with Jimin, it does not seem like this is the case. It seems like it was well thought out. There was a rollout, there's everything. Now, of course, since Jimin is back in the spotlight and he has this stuff coming out, that of course means he's going to get a lot of hate. It's always interesting to see the amount of hate people get when they come back, because you can clearly tell that the hate is very calculated. It's very targeted. I don't know if that's the right word, because where is that hate when he's not active? That hate only comes out when he is active. And you know what? That's actually better, because then all of these people start attacking the person sending hate. And it starts to build up a lot more anticipation and conversation around him. Now, a lot of old rumors and bad things come up that, of course, I'm not going to get into too much. But of course, this means that people then don't want the song to get made or published since it's already made. And there's a lot of objection to the music coming out. However, I think that that is always a good thing if there is some sort of controversy for the music, because it gets more attention. And the awesome thing about K-pop is that you don't have to do much at all to get controversy. You can just exist and you'll get controversy. And that happens to so many artists that just debut. Like the moment they debut, they get hate, and it's not about anything. So when you see hate come out, it's always a good thing, and don't really pay it no mind or get upset. I see a lot of people, they'll start to fight back and a lot of that stuff, and it does help because it creates that conversation. But if you're genuinely getting upset and you're genuinely angry, don't be, because these are all good things to make people have a conversation. These people care because there's so many people out there who will release music, who will do things, and no one talks about it, because genuinely people don't care about that. They don't love it, they don't hate it. And at the end of the day, every time there are 10 hate comments, there's always going to be one person that that decides to actually watch the thing that's getting hate and talk about it. So it's not much to stress about, and it seems like nowadays the boys and even possibly the label don't really care about the hate comments, as they know that it progresses their career. It's interesting because it seems like the more hate Western celebrities get, the more their career actually continues. So as BTS has made such a big impact in the US, they don't really have to worry about K-pop or appealing to the K-pop audience. They can just do whatever they want. And in America, getting backlash really doesn't ruin your career. In fact, it progresses your career as more people know your name. And as more people know your name, at least one of them is going to decide to check it out and see the thing that you're doing. And the thing is, if it's actually good, it's going to get attention anyway. And people will say, oh my God, I hate that person, but there'll always be one person that's like, this stuff is actually pretty good. And quite frankly, I was that person. Anytime someone says, oh, they hated something or someone, I would go and check it out and see if it's actually good or bad. And most of the time, I actually did like it or enjoy it. So I would kind of secretly like it as a guilty pleasure. Now, this next rumor that I want to talk about was very interesting because a lot of people had a lot to say about Jimin's orientation, even though this new release had nothing to do about that. Now, as I said earlier, every time any of the boys or celebrities come back into the spotlight or there's some sort of attention on them, there tends to be a lot of speculation that comes out. The speculation of Jimin's orientation has always been something that people talk about, and people saying that he's gay or whatever, and just because he's a little bit more feminine than the other members. Now, there was also some old footage that was kind of going viral and being talked about again. And this was an old piece of video that you could buy on Weverse. If you're unaware of what this is, every time the boys do something, whether that's a video or a party or even get together or sometimes even an exclusive live stream, this is then posted on Weverse, and then you can then buy access to that footage. A lot of times this stuff is then reposted onto YouTube anyway, so a lot of people don't even know that some of the content they see on YouTube is like the paid content. And I don't think it's posted on the official BTS accounts. That's one way that you can tell it's pirated content, if you will. And if you care that it's pirated or not, that's for you to care about. I won't judge you whether you decide to pirate something or not. Now, there was something behind that paywall that said Jimin's Untold Diary or something like that. And people were making up things basically saying that the alleged untold story was basically Jimin's orientation, saying that the untold story is him saying that he is gay or something, or him coming out. Now, I have nothing against someone being gay, obviously, but I think there should be no judgment on what someone's orientation is if they don't actually come out and say it. First off, a man can be feminine and still be straight, and we have seen that time and time again happen. And we've seen it happen on a much larger scale, like Michael Jackson and so many other celebrities that turned out to be straight, and we still make this accusation that someone who is more feminine or not traditionally masculine tends to be gay. And I don't like this idea because that could just be how he is and how he acts. It doesn't mean anything other than that. But on top of that, I think it could potentially ruin a chance for him to find some sort of happiness. And for a lot of people I know, especially Asian people, they struggle with this idea of appearing straight even though they are. And there are a lot of women thinking that they're gay and then pass on them. So if Jimin is straight and that is what he identifies as, the mass rumors of him being gay would essentially put him in a place where a lot of women are now going to think he's gay and he's never going to be able to find someone. On the other hand, the reason why you really shouldn't judge is because you just shouldn't. Let me know what you think. Make sure to check out Patreon for more videos, link down below. Thanks, just leave a comment right here. Love you, bye.